Capitale.
Capitali.
Capitale.
Capitale. Capitale.
Capitali.
Capitale.
Capitale. Capitale.
Capitali.
Capitale.
Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have kind of a follow-up video on the after the review that I made for the Blood Money DLC, and we're going to be talking about what the community thinks of the Blood Money DLC. We're going to be reading off a bunch of comments, and this is coming from that poll that I made a week ago. Now, over 44,000 people have voted in that poll, and overwhelmingly people have actually voted that they're going to stop playing the game. And you can see that there's a very small amount of people that actually likes the DLC. And in this video, we're going to be reading 10 comments that I have chosen, and I'm going to be reacting to them, giving my thoughts to them, and I'm going to try my best to be not as biased as possible, but, you know, I am biased because I don't like this DLC. I think a lot of people can agree with me that this DLC was lackluster. I'll be reading comments of people that really don't like the DLC, people that are neutral, and I'll read off a few comments of people that actually like the DLC. Now, it was a little hard to find comments of people that like the DLC, but I was actually able to find a few comments. Now, please, I ask everyone to be respectful to these people, even if you completely disagree with them. Please try to be respectful, because all the comments that I found, they're nice. Nobody's being rude. So let's start off here, and this is in no particular order here. So I'm gonna start off with this comment here from Circus Dog. I'm a new player, so any update is good for me. I can see how for the long-time players that this would be a little disappointing, since they presumably have experienced everything Red Dead Online had to offer, and were hoping for something to keep them playing and keep the game fresh. I only have the bounty and collector roles, so I'm just doing them. Now here, this is a really good point. This DLC, if you're a new player, there's a strong possibility that you will actually like this DLC. This DLC is towards newer players. It's themed specifically towards newer players. You got all these missions, you don't need to buy anything, but the reason that people are upset is the veteran players, and the veteran players have a right to be upset, and that is that these missions, if you think about them, they're really, recycled bag missions. If we go to the strangers right now, if we just do their regular missions, there's so many missions that we could do that are very similar to what we have gotten in this DLC. So when Rockstar was saying robberies, people thought that was going to be something else, but instead they're just bag missions. So Circus Dog here, Circus Dog says that they like the like the DLC because they're a new player, but they understand the perspective on why veteran players would not like it. So for new players, it's okay, but for veteran players like myself and many others, we're not happy with this DLC. And then we have it from Reaver. I definitely fit into the first option. This was pretty much the line for me at this point with Red Dead Online, and it seems pretty clear to me that all they want to do is focus on giving GTA better updates. It just sucks so much because Red Dead Online is such an amazing and beautiful game, and it disappoints me so much how Rockstar is going about the updates for it. Really good point here from Reaver also. Now, this is the thing that Red Dead players get angry about, and a lot of GTA players don't understand this, and I might actually have a separate video talking about this, about why Red Dead players compare GTA updates, but basically is that, a lot of Red Dead players tend to look at GTA Online, even if they don't play the game, and the reason that they look at GTA Online is because they want to see whether GTA Online's update is larger than Red Dead's update. That's what people were paying attention to specifically here, and as we know, the GTA update, the Tuners DLC, was just much larger than the Red Dead update. Now, what does this show? It shows that Rockstar doesn't care about Red Dead Online the same way that they care about GTA. Because if you think about it, what has GTA gotten? Casino DLC, Casino Heist, Cayo Perico Heist, Tuners DLC. What has Red Dead Online gotten in that same time? Okay, Moonshiners, which was a good update. That was the same time as the Casino Heist. But then, you had Naturalist, which Naturalist, I think, a lot of people can agree was a boring DLC. You had the Bounty Hunter expansion, which is 10 additional ranks. You compare that to Cayo Perico. Cayo Perico is 10 times bigger than that. And then, look, in July here, you got the Tuners DLC, which is like 3 or 4 times bigger than what we had gotten with this Blood Money DLC. So that's the thing that players are angry about. That's why they compare the games, because they want to see whether Rockstar is neglecting Red Dead Online. And this update, comparing this with the Tuners update, pretty much proves it that Rockstar is neglecting Red Dead Online. And a lot of players are going to stop playing the game. This is the thin line for players. I hope that you come back to the Game Reaver if there's another update in the future, but, I wouldn't blame you either way. A lot of players, this is the thin line for them. This is the last straw for them. That's it. They're getting angry about this game being neglected, constantly playing, waiting for a new update, only to get this after 7 months. Now we have a comment from Juan Fuentes. To me, it was fine because I'm hyped about getting the diamond and the ruby. Now, I understand that, Juan, that, stealing, the diamond and the ruby, that sounds cool. That sounds like, that sounds like something interesting to do, like kind of like a heist. So I can see your perspective, but at the same time is this, these missions aren't really that impressive. They're better than stranger missions. And initially, I was wrong in my initial impression of these missions because I thought that it was just a mission where you just, go on the train and you just loot a single chest and you take the, take the diamond and you leave. I found out, there's more things to do, like, distracting the guards with fireworks, getting a letter from the mailman about the location of chests, going to a checkpoint and blocking the train. So there are a few things to do in these missions, which, make it, I guess, a little bit better than stranger missions, but at the same time this is nothing to get really excited about. And these missions are based on a timer, so it's not like the heists in GTA where, you'll do the heists and no matter how quickly you finish the heist, you get the same payout in GTA. That's what people like. But in this, if you actually get that diamond quickly and you get it to Martelli, you're not going to get that much money. You're actually going to get much more money if you take longer, which, I don't understand the logic in that. Next comment we got is from Cuddy. The real question is, what will professional stream on Fridays going forward? Now, this, a few people have asked me about this, if I'm done with Red Dead Online. No, I'm not done with Red Dead Online. I'll still stream it on Fridays. The reason I didn't stream it, last Friday was because I was busy with, the review. But I'm going to be streaming Red Dead Online still on Fridays. I enjoy the game. I like playing it, but at the same time I'm just pissed off and I'm just annoyed at just how badly Rockstar treated the game. So to answer your question, I will be playing, Red Dead Online still on Fridays. Paxton says, Paxton dash now, I just quit GTA because of how toxic it was, and I just started playing Red Dead Online about a month or so ago. It's not exactly friendly, but there's no flying rocket bikes. This is a great comment here, and this is one reason that people really like Red Dead Online, for this exact reason. Now, I noticed that a lot of the players that are really high levels on Red Dead Online, usually they're high levels on GTA, or they were high levels on GTA. They stopped playing it, or maybe they still play it, but they just don't play it as much. And basically what attracted people to Red Dead Online was you can play as a posse with your friends. It's a very chill atmosphere. People don't go crazy. People don't chase you across the map like they do in GTA Online. People won't follow you typically lobby to lobby and just blow you up constantly. There aren't as many overpowered things. Sure, there's things like, explosive rounds, which are annoying, but there's nothing really, that broken or overpowered in comparison to GTA Online. And even when you do call out something that's, broken and overpowered, it's still at the same level as GTA Online. I don't want to compare it to GTA Online, but it's, this is a Rockstar game also, and a lot of players from GTA Online came over to Red Dead Online because it has just a much more chill atmosphere. And even, players in general, players typically are more friendly in Red Dead Online. It's not to say that players on GTA Online aren't friendly. I'm sure there are players, a lot of players that are friendly. I know a lot of people that are friendly. I'm friendly myself. But if you go down the street in GTA Online, and you go down a street where there's like 5 people, and then you go down a street in like Valentine in Red Dead Online where there's 5 people, which game are you more likely to get blown up or shot in? It's GTA Online. You're much more likely to get attacked there than you are in Red Dead Online. People, will wave at you. They don't really grief as much. So, that's what people like about Red Dead Online. Unfortunately, even if people like that atmosphere, the game is lacking if it doesn't have proper updates. And people really want content on this game right now. Aaron says, I like the new update. I will keep playing Red Dead Online. The new missions were fun because they were outlaw focused, and besides bank robberies, train missions are the most fun and enjoyable missions. We have to understand that Rockstar wants money, so they can't really do any bank or train robbery with big money as a reward, because it would negatively affect gold bar sales. Now, Aaron, I respectively disagree with you, and the reason is because look at what Rockstar did on GTA Online. They released a Cayo Perico heist, which Cayo Perico is like the best way to make money right now, and you can do that all in an invite-only session. You can do it by yourself, solo too, so you don't even have to involve any other players in that. And yet, they released something like that. Rockstar could release, they could release bank robberies and other things on this game, which would make you money. But if Rockstar wants to sell gold bars on this game, and I understand they're a business, they want to make money, then all they basically got to do is add a bunch of new stuff to buy, add new guns to buy, add properties. If you add properties and you allow people to customize them, people would spend a lot of money on these properties if they could actually move furniture around, customize what their house looks like. I guarantee you that a lot of people would be spending money on this, and a lot of people would, a lot of people probably would buy gold bars. But the way that Rockstar is implementing this system right now, where they have this Capitale system, and you can buy that with gold bars, this is not the right way to do it, because even if you buy the Capitale with gold bars, and then you go into the opportunity mission, the amount of cash that you're gonna make, it's not equal to the amount of gold bars that you invested in order to buy it in the first place. So it's kind of a ripoff at this point. So I just respectively disagree, Aaron. I think that Rockstar can make an update with bank robberies and still, people will buy gold bars. The problem is they just need to add more stuff to the game, because a lot of people right now have a lot of money in the game and there's nothing to buy. So if Rockstar adds, a ton of new horses, new properties, a lot of new clothes, new guns, then I guarantee you, people will be spending money and Rockstar can make money at that point. Andre A says, it was an okay update. There's really anything wrong with it. It's just incredibly lackluster, especially when you consider how long it took. So this is, Andre has a very, neutral perspective here. It's an okay update. There isn't really, I think he means there isn't really anything wrong with it. I think that's what he means, at least. It's just incredibly lackluster. And that's, I think everybody can pretty much agree on that the update is lackluster. Some people will say, it's okay. Some people will say it's terrible. But, I think most people can agree that it was lackluster. This is, getting the same type of missions that we've already had in the game. And there's really not much more to do. People are pissed off about that it's just bag missions. This is what we've been waiting for 7 months with no communication from Rockstar. This is what we get. And Normalty says, I'm done with Red Dead Online. The only reason I will ever boot the game again is to play the story. And now this is the thing, is a lot of people say that Red Dead is dead. No, I don't agree with that statement. I think that Red Dead Online is in serious trouble right now, and that a lot of people are getting off the game and are going to stop playing Red Dead Online. But it doesn't mean that those players are going to stop playing Red Dead Redemption altogether, because single player is a masterpiece. Like, pretty much universally everyone agrees that single player is an absolute masterpiece in Red Dead Redemption 2. And there are some people that never played the online and never will, and all they want to do is just play the single player. That's their perspective. So even a lot of the hardcore, fans that are going to stop playing Red Dead Online, they're still going to keep it. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't that type of game that you take, to the store and you sell it, or you give it to one of your friends, typically. It's a game that people are going to keep in their collection because it's such a unique game, it's such a big open world game, and so a lot of people are still going to replay it and keep it for the story mode, even if the online totally fails. Tony GRC says, absolutely zero content for high-level players with enough money to buy the whole town of Saint Denis. I love that line. Yeah, because if you think about it, there's like $1 million, back then would be like $30 million today. So, there are players that could, afford so many properties and so much stuff at this point because they're grinding the game and there's nothing for them to buy. Players would spend money on the game if there was something for them to buy, but unfortunately there isn't. Love the game, but not playing until they release something really good for high-level players. I will log in just to upgrade new passes and collections still, but nothing else. Now, that's a lot of people have that position. They're going to log in, they're going to buy the Quick Draw Club pass, they're going to, level it up really quickly, but other than that, they're not really going to do much on the game until there is another update. And one of the worst things that Rockstar did is when they cut the daily challenges. When they cut the daily challenges, especially the streak that you couldn't go past 28 days, that stopped a lot of people from playing, because that was the reason that a lot of people logged in every day. They logged in once every day, some people, just to complete a daily challenge. And with Rockstar cutting those daily challenges, now there's less people logging into the game, which is definitely not good for it. And so, I'm kind of annoyed at this myself. I'm nearing $170,000 in Red Dead Online, and there's really nothing for me to spend money on. So people are annoyed. They have all this money, and they clearly want properties and other things they could spend money on, and Rockstar, for some reason, is just not delivering. Instead, they think that we're going to be buying Capitale just to, do an opportunity mission to grind more cash, which is why would we do that when we already have so much cash grinded? And lastly, we got Fire Gamer 58. I'll keep playing for a while, as apparently there's more content coming, and I'm not on about the opportunity missions with the Ruby and Diamond. I'm assuming, Fire Gamer, that you're referring to the Halloween pass that's coming out, as well as the Quick Draw Club passes. So, that's something that people are going to at least, come back. A lot of people, I'm assuming, are going to come back just to complete the Quick Draw Pass. But the Quick Draw Pass, you can complete it within a day easily. And then, some people, they're just not going to play the game. And I can understand this, but he says that he'll keep playing for a while. So it seems like he's, optimistic for the game, but just not for the opportunity missions. At least that's, what I'm interpreting it as. But, generally, you know, the majority of these comments, it's either people that are angry, that are done with the game, people that are disappointed with Rockstar, or people, you know, that are kind of neutral on this. You know, very few of the comments are people liking the DLC, but, you know, I was able to find a few comments here and I put them in. If you guys like this style of video where I just, you know, read off people's comments in regards to the game and other topics, let me know down below. And whenever I make a poll, you know, comment on it, because you never know, I could, you know, choose your comment. I don't necessarily just choose the comments that are, you know, the most liked. I would look through all of them. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the DLC overall. Are you gonna stop playing the game? Whose opinion do you agree with the most here? And also, please be respectful to everyone here, because, you know, there's some people obviously that you're gonna disagree with, but, you know, please be respectful, because all of these comments that I read, none of these people were rude in that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.